on your mat. So I'm going to start in a comfortable seated position. Feel free if you've got something nearby, like a pillow or a block that you'd like to use to prop the hips up just a little bit higher than the knees. And then my ever-present PSA here is if there's another posture, another yoga pose, another asana that's calling to you as a place to open your practice, or at any other point while we are practicing together, if your body's communicating that it needs something different than I'm suggesting, go with your body's suggestions over mine always. So take a moment to settle in, shift the weight a bit, let the eyes soften or even close. Just breathing in and breathing out here for a few cycles of breath without trying to control the breath. Simply observing the breath often has an effect on the quality of the breath. So you may notice the breath slow down or deepen. See if you can notice whatever is arising here. So no agenda. Very difficult to let go of an agenda. So even if the agenda arises, let it arise and just notice that as well. Hang in a comfortable seated position for a little longer. Bring some awareness into the sides of the neck and the jaw. You can keep your hands somewhere that you feel comfortable with them, on the thighs or the knees or in the lap. Drop the right ear toward the right shoulder. Let the left elbow stay loose. Let the left shoulder stay heavy, sliding down the back side of the ribs. Just noticing the stretch in the left side of the neck. See if you can breathe into the left side of your upper spine, of your cervical spine here. Nice long breath in. Bring your chin to your chest as you exhale. Lift the head back through neutral. So nose points forward, crown of the head reaches up. Breathe in. And then left ear, left shoulder. This time the right elbow stays loose. Right shoulder blade, you may even shrug it up, back, and down onto the back of the ribs. One more full inhale. Chin to chest with your next exhale. Bring the head up through center, nose forward, deep breath in. Then blink the eyes open. Meet me on your hands and your knees. Hopefully the sides of the neck feel a little softer now. I know I hold a lot of tension there typically. Shoulders over your wrists. Circle the shoulders over the wrists a couple times. Switch the direction of those circles. Feel the tips of your fingers pressing down, trying to stay spacious in the lower back. Come through neutral, cow pose. Lift the tailbone toward the ceiling. Lift the chin up. So you're looking forward, maybe even upward, not forcing any kind of range of motion into the body today, just going with what feels available, what feels accessible. Big breath in. Scoop the tailbone, tuck the chin to the chest as you exhale. Press the mat away from you with your hands. Come back to cow, breathe in, find the extension in the spine. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Cat pose as you exhale, push into the hands, tuck the chin to the chest. Cow, maybe look to the left this time as you breathe in. Cat, as you breathe out, press the hands down and forward. So they're not going to go anywhere, but imagine that you're pushing your mat forward away from your body. Back into cow, tuck the toes under here, and then lift the hips into downward facing dog. Paddle out your down dog if it feels good, lifting one heel, bending that knee. really deliberate still in the connection with your hands. So the fingers are spread. There's not a ton of tension in the webbing of the hands, but you're just creating a nice big surface area. Plug into the base of the thumb and the tip of the index finger. Slide your left foot in just a smidge, like 1 or 2 inches, and then lift the right leg. Bending three-legged dog, bend the right knee, external rotation through that hip. Square the chest down, so make sure you've got an even amount of weight in your right hand as your left. Maybe circle the right ankle or curl the right toes. You might even make some big circles with the right knee. Check in with that right hip socket. Noticing how the body's moving today. Hopefully without a ton of judgment, just bringing some awareness to it. Re-extend the leg as you breathe in. We're going to step into a squat, into a goddess pose at the top of the mat. So right foot comes forward, left foot comes forward. Big bend into the knees. Toes turn out a little bit. You can bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, this seal at the heart. Shift the weight from foot to foot. Release the left fingers down. Inhale your right arm up and open. So you're rotating over toward the right. And always bend the right elbow if that feels more comfortable in the shoulder. And then switch sides. Bring the right hand down. Left arm, or maybe just left elbow comes up as you find some rotation in the ribs. Release both hands down. Take a breath in and then forward fold. Heel toe the feet a little closer together, so find a spacing that feels comfy, and then take a nice generous bend in your knees as you catch the crooks of the opposite elbow. Find a little ease, shifting the weight from foot to foot perhaps, or shifting the weight forward and backward, just exploring that balance. Keep the heels down, even if you shift the weight toward the toes, so you don't end up doing a somersault. Release the fingers down, bend into the knees, tent the fingers underneath your chest here, so like you're making little igloos with your hands. Lift the left heel, bend the left knee, and then inhale your right elbow or your right arm, finding another twist. Exhale the right hand down, bend the right knee, lift the right heel, straighten the left leg as you lift the left arm, breathing in. Release it down, go side to side, 2 more times in each direction. See if you can lengthen the breath so that you can really explore the stretch. Feel into the twist. And then heel toe the feet, whatever distance is going to work for you for stepping back to downward facing dog. So just go ahead and step the feet back to the back of the mat. Look towards your knees or your toes. Take a full cycle of breath here, rooting into your hands. Staying there for the exhale, and then drop the knees down. Find cow pose as you breathe in. Down dog as you breathe out. Couple more like that. Cow is your inhale. Down dog is the exhale. One more time. Breathing in, breathing out. Stay in your down dog, slide the right foot forward just an inch or 2. Left leg comes up. Root into your left hand as you bend the left knee. So notice that the weight might want to shift over to the right. See if you can angle the chest down, angle that left underarm back. Move around through the left foot or even the left knee. Re-extend the leg as you breathe in. This time, step the feet together at the top of the mat, so between the thumbs instead of wide. Find your halfway stretch. Palms come up against the shins. Breathe in. Fold forward as you breathe out. You might even tuck the chin toward the chest. Let the head stay heavy as you roll it up slowly or unroll it up slowly. Once the shoulders are over the hips, reach the arms up. Full body stretch on the inhale. Take an open arm twist to your right. So you're going to backstroke that right arm back. You can stay here or lift the right heel. Stay there or lift the right knee up. Finding your balance here. On an inhale, come back to the center. So step the right foot down if you lifted it up and reach the arms overhead. Open arm twist to your left. Option to lift the left heel. Option to lift the left leg. On an inhale, come back to center. Stretch the arms overhead. Forward fold as you exhale. Bend at the knees and the hips. Halfway stretch, breathe in. This time step to plank pose and pause. So coming to the top of the push-up, with the shoulders over the wrist, push the mat down like you're trying to press your mat into the floor. And then energetically, imagine that you're sliding your hands back toward your toes. As soon as you do that, you'll probably feel your core light up. You might get a little shake. Feel free to drop the knees down. We're here for 3. Keep the jaw relaxed for 2. And 1, lower all the way down. Use your knees so that you can move with control. Be mindful of the body. Walk the fingers about a foot away from your shoulders off of your mat. So tent the fingers, wide arm cobra pose here. Toenails are down, chest lifts. Exhale, drop the right shoulder, look toward your left fingers. Come back through that wide arm cobra, breathe in. Look to the right, left shoulder goes down as you breathe out. Come back through your right arm cobra, inhale. Lower the chest on the exhale, slide the hands underneath your shoulders, tuck the toes, press to the hands and the knees, and then downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lift the heels. Step the feet to the top of the mat. Find your halfway stretch. Take a breath in. Fold forward and exhale. All the way up with the inhale. The open arm twist to the right just for the exhale. Maybe you lift the heel or the knee. Come back to center. Breathe in as you stretch the arms up. Open arm twist variation to the left as you breathe out. Come back to the center, take a breath in, maybe you look upward toward the fingers. Fold as you empty, hinge at the hips, bend through the knees. Halfway stretch, breathe in. High push-up to low push-up, or maybe lowering all the way to the belly. Come into cobra or upward facing dog. 1 long inhale here. And then downward facing dog as you exhale. So we'll move through this. We'll call the Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A, and we're going to move through 1 more of those. When you're ready, walk the feet to the top, or maybe you hop the feet to the top. Halfway stretch, take a breath in, rebound some energy. Fold forward and exhale. Rise with the inhale, feet root down, fingers reach up. Open arm twist to the right as you exhale. Back to center, breathe in. Open arm twist, full left, breathe out. Come back to the center on the inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathing in. High plank to low plank. You can choose if you want to go all the way or halfway down. Take your cobra or up dog. Inhale, the shoulders slide down away from the ears and soften toward each other. Downward facing dog. Big deep breath in through the nose. Relax the jaw as you exhale. Lift the right leg back behind you. Breathe in. Step the right foot forward. Soften the left knee down. And then reach the right arm up and open. So you're finding a twist with the back knee grounded. Feel the crown of the head reaching away from the lower back. Breathe some more space into that twist. And then bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Lift the left arm and the chest up. Still finding your balance. Rooting down through the big toe mound of your front foot. It's easier if the left toes are tucked generally. If you want, you can play around with untucking the toes. Take a side bend. So the left arm's going to reach not just straight up here, but over to the right. And then maybe you start to actually twist the chest to the right as well, moving the eyes back toward your left foot. Look forward, square the chest, bring the arms into a bull pose or a cactus shape. Breathe in, pulling the heart through. And then release the hands down, kind of half split, sending the hips up and back, beginning to straighten out the right leg until you feel something meaningful in the back of the right hip and thigh. Notice that there's a tendency to push the stretch. See if you can find that sweet spot where you're maybe at about 75 or 80% of your max range of motion, and allow the body to soften into that experience for a few cycles of breath, right? And close the eyes down, get a little more in touch with the sensations. Look forward, rebend the right knee, walk the hands forward, tuck the left toes under here, so the right knee still bent, left toes are tucked with the left knee. And then we're going to take a wild thing. So lift the right knee and foot, pivot onto the left edge of your left heel, and then drop the right toes down, back behind you, right arm comes up and open, finding some extension here, pushing the left hand and fingertips down into the mat as you breathe in. Bring the right hand back down underneath the right shoulder, pivot the heels to the right. Lift the left arm up, so you're in a side plank variation. Working to gently stack the shoulders and the wrists here. Let the right ear drop toward the right shoulder. Again, release the neck. Reach the left arm forward. Breathe in. High to low push-up or straight back to downward facing dog. Inhaling. Maybe you're taking a back bend. And then we meet in down dog on the exhale. This time the left leg lifts. Trying to stretch there as you breathe in. Step the left foot between the thumbs, drop the right knee down, lift the left arm open, finding your twist. So take a moment to familiarize yourself with the posture. Let the neuromuscular connections strengthen. And then bring that left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm and chest come up. Keep the right arm lifted as you start to take a side bend, reaching right fingertips over to the left. And stay there, or you can add a twist. So rotating the trunk to the left, looking back toward your back heel. Look forward, square the chest, bend the elbows, pull the heart through as you breathe in. Squeeze the right side of your glutes just a little bit so you're protected there in the lower back. And then release the hands, straighten out the left leg until you feel your stretch and your half splits. We'll stay here for about 3 cycles of breath. Feel free to soften the eyes, close them down, or maybe set your gaze onto your left big toe. Let the breath help connect you to the sensation of the stretch. Rebend the left knee, look forward, hands spring the left foot, tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee and pause. Shift the weight to the right hand, start to pivot the right heel down as you lift the left hand, bring that left foot all the way back behind you, left arm comes up for wild thing. Press the floor away with your bottom hand, breathe in. Bring the left hand down, pivot both heels to the left, right arm comes up for side plank. Shoulders and the wrists are working toward a straight line. They might not be there, that's fine. Just feeling into that energetic alignment. Drop the left ear toward the left shoulder, release the neck, reach the right arm forward, big breath in. And then float through your vinyasa or go straight to downward facing dog. So to move through that sequence, one time through and then we'll add on. Get a little more energetic in the lower body. So right leg starts us off. Take a breath in as you pick it up. Step the right foot through, drop the left knee down as you breathe out. Reach the right arm up and open. Finish your in-breath. Exhale the right forearm to the right thigh. Lift the left arm to the chest. Breathe in. Take your side bend to the right. Maybe rotate to the right as you breathe out. Square the chest, bend the elbows, inhale, the heart pulls up and through. Hanumanasana, half split as you exhale. Big breath in, stay as you empty, feel the shoulders release. Breathe in the front knee, walk the hands forward. Here we go, wild thing. Bring the right toes back behind you, right arm lifts on the inhale. Right hand comes under the right shoulder, pivot the heels to the right as you exhale. Lift the left arm up. Breathe in as you stretch it forward. And then flow through to downward facing dog. So picking up speed, picking up heat. Left leg lifts on an inhale. Step forward as you exhale, back knee down. Inhale, the left arm comes up. Exhale, left forearm, left thigh. Right arm in chest. Big breath in as you reach. Side bend, maybe twist to the left as you breathe out. Back to the center, bend the elbows. Inhale. Hanumanasana, half split. Send the hips back for the exhale. Stay here, breathe in. Feel the shoulders and the jaw release as you breathe out. Breathe in the front knee, walk the hands forward, lift the right knee. Inhale, left foot back, left arm up for wild thing. Exhale, left hand down, heels left for side plank. Reach the right arm up and breathe in. Flow through, we'll meet up in downward facing dog. And always skip that chaturanga and up dog portion. When you land in down dog, look toward your thumbs, lift your heels, and then step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise with the inhale, full body stretch. We're going to change it up here. Lightning chair. Hinge at the hips, sweep the arms back down by the sides of the body. The palms face inward or maybe even face the floor. So thumbs can point down or thumbs can point out. Feel the shoulders rotating onto the back form. And then find a tiny tip to the tailbone so the pelvis is neutral. The abdominals are engaged. Shift the weight to the heels. For 3, eyes fixed to one spot. For 2, we're going to shift the weight into the right foot on 1. Lift the left knee up. Lift the arms up. Breathe in as you find that stretch. And then fly the left leg back, lightning crescent. Drop the ball of your left foot back, fingertips reach back. Reach the arms forward, take a breath in, so there's this long, strong diagonal line of energy here. And then as you exhale, hands to heart center, warrior 2, pivot the back heel down. Reach the arms away from midline. Soften your eyes over your right fingertips as you anchor into your lunge. So the right knee is tracking toward the right second or third toe. Start to straighten out the right leg. Hinge the hips back a bit. So that left hip is popping up gently as you reach the right arm forward. And then find triangle, bringing your right hand down. Left arm up, feel your feet anchoring down into your mat. So you can pull some energy up the legs. Sending your right hip crease is front hip crease back. So what that's doing, what we're aiming for is length in the right side of the waist and the right side of the ribs. Usually in triangle, you can sense a lot of length in the top side of the waist and the top ribs. See if you can create that in the bottom, create that space in the bottom side of your torso as well. Reach the left arm forward, breathe in. And then square your chest over your front leg. Drop the back knee down, re-bend to this front knee. So remember this part, inhale, the right arm comes up. Exhale, right forearm, right thigh, left arm and chest lift as you breathe in. Side bend, maybe spinal twist as you breathe out. Look forward, square the chest, bend the elbows, inhale, heart pulls through. This time as you release the fingertips down, we're going to find pyramid pose. So you can lift that back foot or back knee rather up and maybe slide the feet a bit closer together. It's always okay to bend your back knee. I actually really prefer that variation sometimes. Let the torso just kind of pour forward over your right leg. Nice place to do a little neck check, a little jaw check. Nod your chin from shoulder to shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. From here, start to shift the weight to the front foot. We're going to find standing splits with the left leg. Your standing splits could be a narrow angle here. You might be at 90 degrees. Soft bend your right knee. Some folks, it may feel good to play around with lifting that left leg really high, or maybe even popping up into handstand for a moment. That's definitely not in my practice today. Yoga is really a great reminder to meet your body right where you are, moment to moment, day to day. It's always changing. Finish the breath in. Find a Shiva squat as you breathe out. So bring that left knee to the right calf. So working the balance, maybe bringing the hands to the heart here. Come back to standing splits with your in-breath. And then step the left foot underneath your left hip as you exhale. Halfway stretch, breathe in, lengthen out the spine. Fold forward as you breathe out, tuck the chin toward the chest at the end. All the way up with the inhale, big full body stretch. Lightning chair as you exhale. So fingertips pull back, weight goes into your heels. This time we're going to lift the right knee in the arms. Take a breath in as you find your balance there. You might even challenge the balance by looking up toward the hands. Hinge at the hips, fly that right leg back. Lightning crescent as you drop the ball of the right foot, left knee bends deeply. Squeeze the muscles around your legs. So lifting back behind the right knee. Pushing into your left foot, reach the arms forward. Take a breath in. Hands come to heart center, pivot your back heel down, warrior two. Set your eyes over your left fingertips. Breathing in, noticing that you're breathing in. Breathing out, send a little more awareness into the soles of the feet. So just straighten out the front leg, hinge the right hip back. Left fingertips reach forward. So remember that side body, that length that we're bringing into both sides of the body. This is where you start to create it in the bottom. Bringing the left hand down, maintain that space from the left hip crease all the way up through the left side of the ribs. Press down to the knife edge of your back foot. A little bit of energy up into the legs by lifting the arches of the feet. So the big toe mounds and the heels are anchoring down. Arches of the feet lift gently. Reach your right arm forward, breathing in. Frame the front foot, square the chest, bend the front knee, slide your right foot up a little bit for pyramid pose. Again, do a little neck check. Relax the muscles in your face. Smooth the forehead from temple to temple here, let gravity help lengthen out the back side of the neck. Shift the weight to the front foot. Right leg comes up for standing splits here. Gentle constriction in the back of the throat, so that ujjayi breath. Smooth, controlled flow of prana, of energy. Bring your right knee to your left calf for your yoga curtsy, your sheep squat. Maybe you bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, and another variation that feels challenging for you. Might be plenty challenging to have the hands on the floor or even reach for a wall or something nearby. Come back to standing splits just for your inhale. And then feet together at the top of the mat as you exhale. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Fold forward and breathe out. Rise with the inhale, feet down, fingers up. Lightning chair on the exhale. This time the right foot stays down, lift the left knee and the arms, breathe in. Fly that left leg back as you breathe out, lightning crescent. Keep the legs, reach the arms forward on the inhale. Warrior two on the exhale. Straighten out the right knee, breathe in. Triangle as you breathe out. Top arm forward, inhale. Change it up a little bit. Backstroke that top arm. Pivot to the back heel up as you bend your right knee, finding crescent lunge. Arms lift up overhead here. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Try out that side bend on this side and then rotate toward your back heel. Come back to center, bend the elbows, pull the chest through. Now let's take that pyramid pose. Release the fingers, slide the front foot back, however you want to get there. Play around with bending the left knee, maybe lifting one heel. The ball of one foot could lift up. Standing split, shift the weight to the right, lift the left leg, breathe in. Shiva squat, left knee, right calf as you breathe out. Back to your splits, inhale. Feet together at the top of the mat, exhale. Rise and breathe big. Lightning chair as you empty. Root down into the left foot. Inhale, right knee and arms. Exhale, lightning crescent. Sweep the hands back, drop the ball of the right foot. Crescent lunge, breathe or reach forward on the inhale. Warrior two on the exhale. Straighten out the front knee, take a breath in. Triangle, left hand down, right arm up. Reach the arm forward, top arm forward on the inhale, and then backstroke the top arm as you exhale. Start to bend the front knee, lift the right heel. Now we're in crescent lunge. Breathe in. Left forearm, left thigh, side bend, lengthening out through the right side of the ribs, maybe rotating toward your back foot. Pull the chest through, inhale, bend the elbows. Pyramid as you exhale. Plant the fingers, slide the feet a bit closer together. If you've never explored the variation that I'm in yet, I really encourage it. So what I did was I slid the back foot in, bent my back knee deeply, and then lift the toes of the front foot. So my left leg is pretty straight. It's going to depend on what feels right in your hamstring, your calf, maybe even in your Achilles. But the back knee is bent really deeply. And what that does is it allows you to create a bigger hinge in the hips. So as opposed to rounding through the lower back, you can find that nice hip hinge, big stretch through the back of the left leg. Shift the weight forward, left foot down, right leg up, breathe in. Shiva squat, bring the knee to the calf as you breathe out. Kick it back to splits on the inhale. Feet together at the top as you exhale. Stand up and fill up. Lightning chair as you exhale. Root down into the right foot this time, left knee and arms, breathe in. Fly it back, lightning crescent as you breathe out. Reach the arms forward on the inhale, knit the lower ribs in. Warrior two on the exhale. This time, reverse warrior. Big full body side stretch, breathe in. We're gonna add something back in, cartwheel the hands down. Find your wild thing. So left hand stays planted, right foot comes back, right arm comes up. Inhale deeply. This time bring your right hand under your right shoulder, bring the right knee to the right elbow. Take it back to wild thing, breathe in. Right knee, right elbow, breathe out. Taking it back and forth, inhaling for your wild thing. Exhaling for a little bit of core, obliques, 2 more times. Keep the jaw soft, keep the breath strong. 1 more wild thing. Last right knee, right elbow. Kick that leg back, but keep it lifted if you can. And then bring the knee to the elbow. So straight back, and then pull it in for 5, 4, 3. The rest of the body stays pretty darn still for 2, 1. Find that 3 post high plank, and then 3-point chaturanga, bend the elbows. Up dog, cobra, inhale, both feet come down. Down dog on the exhale. We'll take a big cleansing breath here in through the nose, fill all the way up. Soften the jaw, exhale, let it go. Look toward the top of the mat, empty your breath, step or hop. Last side, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Lightning chair, root into your left foot this time. Right knee and arms, breathe in. Lightning crescent, step it back as you breathe out. Arms forward on the inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse warrior, and a lot of space in the left side body. Cartwheel the hands down, here we go. Wild thing, left hand lifts, left foot comes back, breathe in. Left hand under left shoulder, left knee, left elbow as you breathe out. So this is our core work today. Inhale, wild thing. Exhale, knee to elbow. 3 more. Use your breath, so pump the breath here. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more wild thing. Knee to elbow, this time hold it there. Keep the body completely still, shoulders over the wrist, just the left leg moves back and pulls in. Take it back, squeeze it in. For 3, for 2, push the palms down. Last one, keep that left leg back, bend the elbows. Upward dog or cobra, breathe in. Child's pose, drop the knees, let the knees be nice and wide. Settle your hips back toward your heels and then broaden out the hands. So put some extra space between your hands here. Let the shoulders melt down onto the back. Nod your head really slowly side to side, releasing any tension at the base of the skull. That axial occipital joint in the back of the neck. Bring the head through stillness, through center. Feeling that connection between the floor and the brow center, Ajna chakra, the third eye. Stay in child's pose just a little longer, but walk the fingertips straight forward in line with the shoulders here. You feel a little opening, a little energy through the underarms. And then bend at the elbows, bring the palms together, back behind your head. Fingertips point toward the ceiling. You might walk the elbows even closer together here. And then bring the thumbs toward the base of the neck for a stretch in the shoulders and the underarms. When you're ready, release the arms, work your way onto, so let's take a forward fold. So find a seated position. You can bring the soles of the feet together here. Bring your hands to the soles of the feet, interlacing your fingers around the toes. Lift the chest gently. Try and keep your back pretty flat for right now. And then hinge forward through the hips. So it's like you're trying to bring your breastbone toward your big toes. Huge stretch probably for most of us in the outer edges of the hips. And here, go ahead and allow the spine to start to flex forward. Moving the stretch into a slightly different spot in the hips and maybe moving the stretch into the sides of the spine more. Every inhale, pull a little bit more awareness into your body. Every exhale, see if you can let some tension dissipate, just emptying it out with the breath as it leaves the body. One more long breath here. Let the hands closer, maybe inside of the ankles or back by the hips. Just slowly uncurl out of that forward fold. Bring the hands back behind you. Stretch the legs out in front of you. Go ahead and paddle out the legs a little bit. Bend the knees again. Plant the hands right by your sides. The fingers might point forward. They might point out a little bit. Just experiment with the shoulders. Pull the shoulders onto the back. Push into the feet. Lift the hips up, finding a reverse table. And stay here with the knees bent, or straighten the legs out in front of you. Open the front side of the hips. So whether the knees are bent or the legs are straight, feel the stretch in the front of the hips. Tuck the tailbone a bit toward the knees. Big breath in. Lower down as you breathe out. Forward fold over the legs, letting them straighten, but softening through the knees. To the head, one more of those reverse table or reverse plank. Hips up, palms pressed down. If it feels good to keep the head in line with the spine, that works best for my neck. For some folks, it feels good to drop the chin, to point the nose back behind them. Breathe in, press the floor away with your hands and your feet. Lower it down as you exhale. This time, lay down onto your back. Take your time to get there. Bring the knees into your chest. Circle the knees over the sacrum or move side to side in any way that feels good here. When you're ready, plant the feet, bridge pose. Lift the hips up, scoop the tailbone, engage through your glutes. So squeeze the glutes together, squeeze the butt. Soften through the jaw. Stay here or interlace your hands underneath your lower back, shimmy the shoulders a bit closer together. So bringing that extension up into the thoracic spine, the place between the shoulders, right behind the heart. Nice long inhale. Lower down slowly. Windshield wiper the knees. Tuck the chin toward the chest. Bring the palms down by your side, elbows down by your side. So you're propped up on the forearms here. And then lift the legs to a tabletop position. So we're going to finish with a little bit of abdominal work here. Straighten the right leg out in front of you. Bring the left knee into the chest and then crunch the chest up. You might come up onto the palms. Still is actually a little more meaningful in my body. So just the left leg to start. 10, 9, keep pulling the navel center in like you're trying to zip the hip bones together here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, switch legs on 1, left leg straight, right knee comes in, 10, 9, 8, keep going, flex your abdominals like you're gonna jump into a cold lake, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, both knees for 10, this is it, 10, 9, 8, 7, keep flexing through the core, 4, 3, 2, 1. Supta Konasana or any kind of counter pose, anywhere where you can breathe in, breathe out. Let the tension in the abdominals go completely. Let the belly soften and relax. We'll set up the figure 4. Slide the left foot under the left knee. Bring the right ankle over the top of the right thigh. And stay here or maintaining a lot of relaxation in the upper body. You might choose to reach between the legs and catch the back of the left thigh. Keep encouraging that right knee away from your body. Please, if you can relax through the feet a bit. Release both feet down underneath the knees. Walk the feet to the edges of the mat with the knees bent. Drop the knees in. Letting them rest against each other. Take a breath here. And then figure four on the other side. Bringing that right ankle underneath the right knee. Left heel on the top of the right thigh. Keep the right foot down or reach for the back side of the right thigh. If you reach for the back side of the right leg, try and keep the back of the head relaxed. Allow the shoulders to remain soft. And so the reason I say that is because in order for the nervous system to start to ungrip from tensing up on the muscles and creating like those chronic tension patterns, we have to allow the whole nervous system to unclench. So even if you can keep the legs relaxed, but meanwhile you're scrunching the shoulders to the ears, straining through your arms, it's very, very difficult for the mind to know that it's okay to let go, that it's okay for those muscle fibers to come back into their full resting length. Bring both knees into the chest. Circle the knees in opposite directions here, really slowly, really slowly. Big, deep breaths. It's another way to give the nervous system the cue that it is okay to ungrip, that it's okay to let go of some of that muscular tension, switch the direction of those circles, is to slow everything down. When you're ready, work your way into a resting shape. Traditional savasana, lying on your back if that serves you today. Letting the limbs drift away from the body at around 45-degree angle away from the spine. You can also take shavasana, take rest on your side or on your tummy or in a seat or with your legs up the wall. Settle in. We'll be here for a brief amount of time. As important as it is to practice physically contracting the muscles and flexing and building strength, it's equally important to be able to practice relaxing and gripping, letting go. Just allow the back of the head to begin to melt. Shoulders melt and soften underneath you. Stay here for about 30 seconds together. You can listen for the sound of my voice shortly to close. Start to deepen your pattern of breathing. Bring some gentle movement back into the body. Rotate the ankles or the wrists, wiggle the fingers or the toes. You may choose to take a big long body stretch, reaching the arms back overhead, walking the legs together. Big breath in. You slide the feet underneath the knees as you breathe out, and then take your time. Again, committing to moving slow for another moment or two here before life gets us back on its pretty whiplash pace. Work your way up to a seat. Give yourself one more moment of stillness when you bring your hands to your heart, creating a seal either with the palms together against each other or with the palms pressed up against the chest. Like creating this closed circuit of prana, letting it recharge. So anything that got depleted on your mat, breathe it right back into the body together. Long inhale through the nose, fill all the way up. Hold just for a moment at the top and let it swirl around your body. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Thank you for sharing some time with me. I believe I forgot a whole chunk of a side, but nothing's quite balanced all the time, all of our lives. So go back and add that piece if you'd like. Otherwise, have a great day.